Alright, hello and welcome. In today's video of Trendle Creation, we are doing our second part of a custom order, and this is the custom sign. So we're going to jump over to the computer and 3D model a little bit here, and then we'll come right back and start our resin art. Alright, so as we see, I found a tiny little rose model that works just fine. And I found a tiny little cast iron pan model that also works just fine. From there, I've printed off her name and her pampered kitchen, because I know she likes to do those types of things. So I'm going to make her her own pampered kitchen sign. So from here, we can start to mix the resin and then pour it into our box. Alright, so we're just going to weigh out our resin, and I need about 290 grams. So. Alright, so now that we got our resin weighed out, which I totally underestimated that, I needed like 380 grams, we're just going to split this in half. So now that we have the split in half, we're able to color these, and we're able to pour this in, and then give it like an hour or so, and we're able to come back and set all our stuff into the resin. So what we're looking for today is a nice sapphire blue and an emerald green. Hopefully I can get those colors and they mix well. I'm just going to start light rather than heavy because it's always easier to add more dye than to try to take something away. Alright, so now that we've got our desired blue color, we're able to get our green to the desired color that we want. Alright, so now we've reached our nice green and blue, so we're just going to throw these in the vacuum chamber, and then we're able to pour this into our medium and come back in an hour or so and set everything in. And like that, we now have perfect crystal clear resin on both cases. So we're good to, I did it again. Good to add our catalyst and probably redo this step. Alright, so I'm just going to add about, say 12, actually, probably 16 drops to each side. Alright, so now that we've got both of these stirred up, and I actually managed to do this without creating any more bubbles, we are going to pour this in, which, yeah, this is a crappy tin, and that's why I'm preparing it so. But, you know, I am working with what I have at the moment, so, yeah. We're just going to pour this into this, and we're going to get a nice half and half, hopefully. Well, that's the intent. We'll see if that actually works. Alright, so now we're just going to pour this in evenly. Let this sit. This is looking really freaking cool so far. Hopefully this stays transparent like it is, and in about an hour we will add in the letters and the little rose and the frying pan, and hopefully this turns out about really as well as it looks it's gonna turn out, because this is awesome. Alright, so now that we've let this dry for a little bit, we are good to start setting the stuff inside our resin, because that's actually just to a point where I think it's almost too much. So yeah, we're going to go about setting our stuff where it needs to be. All right, now that's looking pretty good. So it is Hopefully she enjoys this. So as I didn't think this through, and I really should have poured this in 2 parts and put this in first and then poured a second layer over it, and I was a little late coming back on this, I'll have to pour a bit more on this. So it just means she gets a little bit thicker of a sign. And that's okay with me. Alright, so I ran out of resin, but now the family day is over, I went and got myself more resin. So yeah, we're just going to pour some of this out, and we're going to pour out a little bit more of both colors, and then we're going to finish off the sign. Alright, so once again, you can see we have a nice color of green and blue, so we're going to add catalyst this time, and then throw this in the vacuum chamber. Learning. Alright, so now we're just going to pull out the vacuum chamber and throw the stuff in it and get rid of these little air bubbles. Alright, and like that, once again we have crystal clear resin. So gonna put this away, and then we should be good to pour this into the sign and finish this off. Alright, so now we're just going to try to keep with the flow of things. Blue on this side, green on this side. And yeah, hopefully I've poured out enough, and hopefully this turns out well. Alright, so now that we have this all done, we're able to leave this for a couple hours at least, and come back and start the sanding process. I'm not gonna lie, it's not as much blue as I would have liked, but I think she likes green more than blue anyways, so you know, this is gonna work pretty good. I think so, at least. But, we'll come back to this. Alright, so as you can see, we've got a nice sign here, but this needs sanded off to get rid of these edges, as well as the dimple marks that the container left. So we're just going to take the electric sander to this and get this down to a mirroristic finish. Now I'm craving things that I should crave. Alright, so now that we've got this sanded down to a certain extent, I can take the rest of the sanding by hand. I do have to figure something out in the future here though, because as you can see, this is after cleaning, pretty dusty. So I'm going to have to figure something out for the electric sander. But for now, on to hand sanding. Alright, so now that we've got this sanded down, we're good to polish this and see how this turns out. Alright, and like that, we have made her a very nice kitchen sign. So I will just drill some holes in this so she can hang this, and hopefully she enjoys this. I like how this turned out, at least, but it's not for me, so we'll see. So we're just going to quickly add a couple holes for the spots to hang this. Alright, and like that we have our holes drilled out, so I just need to put a piece of string through this, and then she should be good to hang this in her window, which is, again, I hope she likes this. Alright, so like that, we have finished our nice little custom sign. She can hang this in her kitchen window, and I hope she enjoys this. I know that he enjoyed his custom gear shifter, so we'll drop this off later tonight and see. Either way, this has been a lot of fun doing this, and for the first time actually experimenting with alcohol inks, turned out pretty good. So if you enjoyed this, make sure to check this, because this will take you to another video, whether it's an art project, music video, or a little bit of video games, and this will keep you notified in the future of anything that I drop. So hope you all enjoyed. This has been Trendle Creations, and bye for now.